what's poppin'? Michael here. Welcome back to another episode of Technoid. Today marks the first of many videos that is going to be coming in the next several weeks, several months, by a company known as Fanttik. Fanttik was kind enough to reach out to my channel to work with me on a little bit of a mini collaboration with multiple various products that they offer. And I want to take this moment to thank Fanttik for being a part of my channel, for being willing enough to give me the opportunity to review their products and also present this to you guys, because this is a huge milestone for my channel, as I have never worked with a company this big before. If you know anything about Fanttik, if you ever go to Costco, they are all over the place. I want to say a special thank you to the company Fanttik for working with my channel. And this is the start of many videos to come. And we're going to take a look at the Slim V10 car vacuum. It is a 4-in-1 car vacuum that can do multiple different properties. We're going to focus on the cleaning aspects as well as the other things that it can do. But as I always say with all my videos, even though they were kind enough to send this over for review, I want you guys to know that they have no affiliation, they have no say in this video, they don't tell me what to say, they don't tell me what to advertise, they don't tell me anything. They are seeing this the same time that you guys are seeing it right now. So with all that being said, let's get right to the review and let's start with the form factor. This thing is, by its word, slim. It is absolutely phenomenal. From the body design to the chassis to the handle, it looks just like a gun, like one of those laser tag guns. Pew, pew. But it has a very unique design, because not only is this a car vacuum, but this is a 4-in-1 car vacuum. This allows for vacuuming, blowing, pumping, and inflating. So this can be a multifunctional device if used correctly. Now, for the purposes of this video, we're gonna focus on the car vacuum. I used it out on my Tesla Model Y, and I also tested it out on my parents' Nissan, and I have a little bit of things to say, but let's start with the positives. The positive, the first one right off the bat, is of course the sucking technology. The sucking technology is very, very strong. Not only does it do a great job, but it has two settings. It could be normal and then super fast. When you hold it on normal mode, it does your average sucking as a car vacuum can do, but then when you activate the harder suction, again, this is gonna sound so funny, but with that being said, it does allow for better suction. Now, it does drain the battery a little bit if you are on the higher setting, but if you use the lower setting, it does conserve your battery and also will help to be more efficient in the cleaning process. With that being said, it does charge via USB Type-C. The battery range on this does vary depending on how often you guys use it. I found in my testing that I was able to get at least a few days before charging. I don't know the actual amount in terms of wattage, in terms of like hours, but in my testing on a day-to-day use, I found that I was able to go at least 3 days before recharging the vacuum. Now, on the flip side of the back of it is the blower. Now, this is actually where the air blows out. Not only does it help to cool and effectively reduce a lot of the heat dissipation in the motor, but it uses that same design to then be the blower. And that is another great positive with this, is that it's so robust and in such a nice form factor. All you have to do is just flip it around, attach the accessories, which they give you a plenty array of in the box, and it can blow and help to remove dust. It also is great at getting certain crumbs and debris out, and then you could use the different adapter heads and the extension cords and others that come in the box to help make it more effective. Now, in my testing, it did a phenomenal job on the driver and the passenger side, and the back seat needed a little bit of work, but that is also my neglect of cleaning. But there are a few things that I think it can improve on, and I think that Fanttik can actually work on. The first thing I would give is that I think it could have done a better job at dog hair. Now, I have a dog who sheds a lot, and that is one of the biggest issues that I have had with owning a car, is the dog hair. And some of the vacuums that I've had do a decent job, and I was kind of hoping that this would also do the same amount decent job. And while it did pull some of the hair, it didn't get a lot of it. I used all the different accessories to try and see if it could pull the hair, but while it did a decent enough job, it could do a lot better. So I do hope that Fanttik does come out with a dedicated accessory for this, or even for their models that gets removal of dog hair. So that's the first one. The second thing that I wish they had is more than just 2 settings. I wish that there was more than just 2 settings with low and high, if a medium option could have been in there to combine the best of both, because it would also help with the battery life, and also it'd be nice to have different settings on here. The battery indicator is at the top here as well, and it glows a nice green, and also the charging is very quick and very efficient, but I do again wish that it was a little bit more refined, especially since even though it is a slimmer design, I would have liked a little bit more battery. I feel like this could go 4 or 5 days, but if you had those 3 different modes, that would help with that. But with that being said though, taking my negatives out of it and what they can do better, as a whole, this thing is just convenient. And I am very, very pleased with the quality of this product. Not only does it a great job of cleaning, and not only does it do a phenomenal job of being such a great little handiwork, but it's also my go-to for all of my vacuuming and all of my cleaning in the seats, on the floor, in the crease, and even for dusting in the car. I not only absolutely recommend this thing, but this thing is just a beast and can do so much more. If you have inflatables, it can inflate. If you have the balls, you can inflate the balls. And if you also need a vacuum, this is what it can do. Man, my head is going really down the tubes. But anyway, guys, that is my review of the Fanttik Slim V10. I think it's absolutely a great purchase, and I think for any car user out there, and if you're a Tesla user by any chance, this is absolutely recommended for you, and the profile is phenomenal. So I will leave a link in the description for this. You could save some money by using my promo code. If you use the code, you are helping support the channel and the continued growth in our partnership with Fanttik. I want to again thank them for this first video, but stay tuned, guys, because we got a lot of videos, because the next video that comes out from Fanttik is going to be one that kickstarts a whole summer worth of robot cleaners for your pool.